First, I should thank David for this kind introduction. I don't know if I deserve it, but it's okay. I stand here with humility. It's my 15th year now, and I greet all the teachers who were here before. We know each other, and I'm greeting all the teachers who are here today, and all our scholars. So I'm not going to take a lot of time. I just want to tell you why this seminar every year is very important for me. Also, first I want to thank Dr. Radensky, Elizabeth Edelstein, our Director of Education. I want to thank the staff for all the tolerance, for all the good advice they gave us. We had a hard time always to choose the right topic, which would be the right for the teachers also to take back to school. And I want to thank everybody for giving me the opportunity to be here. I'm now one of the oldest, maybe survivors, to bear witness to what happened. Statistically, by 2020, there will be not one survivor alive. Of course, we leave our memoirs, but when I come into a school, I put a face to the suffering. I was there. Nobody can tell me that things didn't happen. Now, it's very sad today we're going to speak about justice. We cannot bring our loved back. We cannot bring them. What about those children, the 1.5 million innocent children? The Russian poet Anna Akhmatov has said, I would like to give you their names, but they're no names, they're only numbers. What are we doing with this? Yad Vashem has now a room with a lot of pictures. They call it the biggest cemetery in the world. And it breaks your heart. What's going to happen? We are in a panic. What's going to happen? You know, when Hitler used to brag to his cronies to find a solution, he used to give talk about the Armenian genocide. In 1905, the Turks killed 1.5 million Armenians. Who talks and who will remember the Jews? And that's why we are so afraid. We start to talk about it. You know, when I go to schools, I ask sometimes, who knows what's the difference between genocide and a conventional war? Very few know. Very few. I spoke yesterday in the Frank Sinatra school, very smart kids. They were supposed to be here today. You know, they asked me, isn't it time to forgive and to forget? They're now old. I said, no. The Bible said there's some crimes which cannot be forgiven. Only God can forgive them. Why shall I forget? Why shall I forgive if the guy is old? I remember. I saw them. We never went to a concentration camp. I come from the Ukraine. We were killed on the spot. And who were the killers? I remember I read about Elie Wiesel, who said when he came to Eichmann's trial, he hoped to see a monster. Instead, he saw a bureaucrat sitting in a glass booth taking notes. No, they were not monsters. They had PhDs and MDs, and they were jurists who signed the Wannsee Conference of death for us in Eastern Europe. Not the monsters. So this is where I come from. As David said, you know, give you statistics. Why I'm so passionate about teaching what happens when evil takes over. Why am I so passionate of teaching when people are not tolerant to each other? We have to teach our children that we're all the same, that we have to be our brother's keeper. It doesn't matter what religion or what color. Statistics. I come from a little shtetl, Yehuda Bauer called us little villages shtetl. 5,500 inhabitants. 1,500 Jews, the rest are Ukrainians and Poles. Statistically, of the 1,500 Jews, 45 of us survived. From Hebrew school, the most famous Hebrew Talmud school, only 2 of us are still alive. And I'm 89, and my friends too. Thank God I have still all my abilities, you know. But I don't have friends anymore. Either they're demented or dead. And how can you, they asked me yesterday in school, how can you live with so many scars? Yeah, I do live with scars. I still have scars. I speak about it very often. How can you become normal after you live like an animal? If you're afraid every minute you're going to die. People said to me, well, you're still going around, you're an old lady. I have to teach, first of all, I have to teach the young people that you can come from ashes and destruction. When I came to this country in 1960, I knew a lot of languages, but not one word of English. I had 3 kids, I worked with my husband, but I studied, I did all my degrees, and I can help others also. What else shall I tell you? I greet you all, and I think we're going to have a great time today, and we're going to learn a lot about justice. Do we still, I mean, can't even imagine what happened to us, where I come from. We were killed on the spot. They asked me if I have a number. No, we didn't have numbers. And Father Dubois speaks about it. He goes now everywhere to Europe. I have it in my tape, and to open up all those mass graves. He said they were killed like dogs, and still they should be buried. But with dignity. And that's all what I have to say. I have a lot to say, but don't start with me. My son says, don't start with my mother. Because there's no ending, and we have 2 great scholars, and I would like to study and listen myself what they say. So all of what I want to say, this museum, on behalf of the museum, on behalf of the board of the educators, and all of the survivors still alive here, we still have something. I want to thank you for coming here. By coming here, you are very important to us because you are going to teach the children. You, the teachers, are going to bring the message to them that evil brings more evil. There's no use to it. Well, yesterday in school they said to me, what do you bring us? I said, hope and love. Well, so they line themselves for kisses and hugs. But they are available. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to me. Just forgot to say that I was rescued by a Polish man, my mother, my father, my little brother, who was 8 years old. He was illiterate, he couldn't even sign his name, he signed 4 crosses, but he was a good Catholic. He said, here's a religion. He didn't listen to the priest who always telling them that we killed Jesus. He didn't listen to the myths that we needed blood from a baby, from a Christian baby to bake matzahs. He said he knows that only because we are Jews. He risked his life to save us. In order to save the Jews, in order to scare the population, they would take the Christian, hang him on the street with his family with a big sign, I saved a kite. So only for a few people, only 2 families like we were saved, but not Jews. Everybody else went to the pits. I'm sorry, I have to tell you this. That they serve us as a role model that people can do anything. That he saved us. With the last piece of bread, he was the poorest in the village. When he got typhus, he didn't go to the doctor because the doctors knew that only the Jews have typhus, that he got the typhus from us. So we were all sick together. I'm sorry, that was just an addendum. Cedar is now righteous among the nations, and in Yad Vashem, in Jerusalem, we have 25,000 righteous people who save Jews, and there were 3 criteria. No money, no sexual advance, something, but 3 criteria in order to be able to be honored as a righteous among the nations.